Hello, it's Kathy from Maryland. I am going to make a journal cover. So Louisa Heinzel and Barbara from 49 Dragonflies every December do this really fun, I don't know if you'd call it like initiative, but it's called Dephemerember. And it's a daily journal posting, if you will. It's a group effort. They make little digital downloads and prompts for like daily journal page entries. So everyone who wants to join, is just a voluntary thing, makes their own journal, and it's just a fun thing to do for the month of December, the whole month of December. So it's not necessarily for Christmas or holiday. It's just more for the month of December. So, but you can do anything you want. Mine will probably have a Christmas slant because I absolutely celebrate Christmas, and December is one of my favorite months. So I am getting ready to make a journal cover for this, and I thought that it would be fun to show you the process of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a brown bag, and we are going to disassemble this. If you've never made a journal using a paper bag, it's a really great method. And basically you're gluing fabric on the front, taking those gussets out, and yeah, just flattening that right out like that. I actually liked this bag because of the handles, which I may or may not put back on, but for right now I'm just going to untie these and take them off. So we will have a cloth cover and cloth on the inside. My journal size is going to be 9.5 inches tall by 16 inches, 7 and 7, yeah, 14 and 16, right. So what I'd like to do is, let me just see how far this ends. We are going to have to, I think I'm going to have to give up these holes for right now. Let's just go ahead and on here with this bag. Sorry I didn't take a look at this before I started. It's got like extra reinforcements. Okay, we'll take those out. I don't think we need those. I'm not quite sure I need all this bulk either. I think I'm going to go ahead and just open that right up. Yeah, because I am not going to have a flap on this journal. So I think the best way to do this is this, because I don't have the length. So I have never done Dephemerember, and it's going to take me a while to figure out how to say that. I'm just being honest. I have no idea. Dephemerember. I think that's it. Like ephemera and December mixed. So that's basically going to be the journal base. And I'm looking at like a 2.5 inch spine. We'll figure that out a little bit later. So what I'd like to do now is just go ahead and give this a quick glue. Gluing it. So I'll open this up. And I'm just going to glue all 3 sides. This is going to be sewed around the edges, so I'm just doing this to keep everything in one place. There. So basically we're going to have 4 signatures in here with 5 pages in each. Barbara and Louisa have given soft guidelines. We can do whatever we want, but we're basically going to use I'm going to use a piece of 8.5 by 11, fold it in half, and those are going to be the size of the signature pages. So let's just take another peek at this. 4 signatures with 1.5 centimeters in between each. Barbara said was a 3-inch spine. Yeah, I think that's acceptable to have it about that big. That's good. Okay. Now, I have some fabric that I would like to use. I am thinking of using this fabric for the cover. I love this. It's neutral. And I have this old tablecloth that I would like to cut out one of these beautiful embroidered areas and use it as an applique on the front. So that's what I'm going to do. Of course, I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to just cut all the way around when I find the one that I want. And that's going to be the central focal point on the front of the journal. So I'm going to go ahead and figure that out. I'm going to cut this fabric. I haven't found a piece of fabric for the lining yet. I have something, but I'm just not quite sure. I wanted something contrasting, and this is definitely contrasting, but I don't know if I like it. So I kind of wanted something with a little bit of writing, just something a little bit more graphic, I think is what I'm thinking. So I think we're going to wait on on that part, but at least I can get started. I've got my base, I've got my fabric, and I am going to get that done. So I will be back soon. I'm back. So I've cut my fabric, just the top piece, and I found this part of the applique that I really liked. So what I thought I would do, and actually I got a book that's going to be about the size of the journal. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here just so we can see how that fits, what that might look like. There's a little wiggle room for that to be a little bit bigger spine. So this is something like what it would look like. And I realize that that kind of takes up the whole cover, but I really like it because I have another idea. But what I want to do is take a little bit of fabric fusion and just put a couple dots here and there, because I'm going to take some embroidery floss and I'm just going to sew around the edges of this to kind of applique this on to here. So fabric fusion is great. It's made by Leans and you don't need a lot. It doesn't leave the fabric hard, and because I'm going to do a little embroidery around the edges, I just want to do a dot here and there. Kind of like instead of using pins. That's what it is. All right, so I have these two little extras that I cut off, thinking about putting them down here. Let's go ahead and get those, just a little bit of glue. This is going to be a really fun project. I don't know what I'm in for because you know what, though? Everybody has said you just do as much as you can. There's no pressure. This is my project, my journal. There's no pressure. There's no competition. This is just going to be a really fun thing to do. Okay, so that's that. The only other thing I have, and the jury is still out on it, is I cut I have these old denim jeans that I've been saving. And I was thinking about adding these little blue, and I cut them like in teardrop type shapes, like this. I really like this. The only thing I'm thinking is that I may want to do something a little bit different to these to make them stand out a little bit more. And because I'm not sure, maybe even embroider a little thing on there. I don't want to tack those down because I'm not sure if I like them or what I want to do with those yet. So, but those would even be great to do a little cute embroidery stitch around, wouldn't they? The thing I like about this design is, let me take these off, is that you still could put something focal in the middle if you wanted to. and it would be very cool. I love this little netted area in here. Isn't that nice? So that's why I liked this piece, because I felt like if I wanted to put something in the middle, it would just, border it. And yeah, I can still put, whatever I want around. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually getting ready to take a long weekend trip. And I thought that I would bring this with me and stitch around that. It's a 7-hour trip. And just take that in the car and do a little sewing on the way up. So that's it for now. Next time I see you, hopefully this will be stitched on. And I will have figured out something for my little denim teardrops. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I am back. I made some progress. So I appliqued that on kind of just like with a gold, just kind of a running stitch. And did a couple X's with some really pretty coral embroidery floss. So that's the front. I want to put this angel stamp on the back. It's kind of like a folky cherub type thing. And let's just do that first and get that out of the way, because I do know I want to do that. I've marked the middle of the spine because I would like to stamp that right down the middle. So all of this makes me a little bit nervous because of the amount of work that I put into this, but I have to go for it. We are going to do this. So see, the thing is that this fabric is too big to put in my, I believe it is. Maybe I could fold it up. I thought about that, but I don't know if this would work. Because if you don't get that impression right the first time, you're kind of sunk. And my concern is that the fabric is going to absorb the ink. So like more than people was, I want this to go as far over as I can because of that spine. All right, let's actually put that in there. Let's see what that is like. Get everything lined up. That will go like that. Here's my little burnishing thing. I'm going to give it a try. I can't hesitate any longer. So I'm going to use the archival ink Coffee because I just want this to be a nice brown hue, and this is permanent. Did you hear that word? It's permanent. Please let this work. Okay, here we go. All right. Here goes nothing. Let's try it again. As I thought, the fabric is soaking up a lot of the ink. I haven't shifted anything. I know this seems cray-cray, but I'm going to go in with some salvage patina and see what happens. It's just, you know what? Worst comes to worst, I'll sew something over it. Doesn't even look like an angel anymore. Looks like some sort of a crazy lion face with wings. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I think it's just because of the texture and the fabric. That angel was pretty intricate. So that's not surprising. I should have done a sample on fabric. Okay, we will cover that up with something. It's not a big deal at all. I'll find a really pretty something to put over that. All right, well, let's just put this aside for a minute. So what my plan was, this is the inside. So I was going to actually stamp with this really pretty script. And now I'm having second thoughts. I'm going to stick to my plan. So what I did was I folded this in because we just want script on, because it doesn't need to be on the spine area. All I would do is go like this. And I do have more of this fabric. So if this was a bomb, then it doesn't really matter so much. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to do half and then I'll turn it over. In fact, in this I was going to do with We're going to use VersaClear, VersaFine Clear, and we are just going to go for it, guys, and see what happens. Okay. Let's go for it and see what happens. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me happy. Look at that. It totally worked. Very nice. So what I think I'll do is just turn this over just in case that's still wet. On this side, like so. Turn this over. We'll do this side. I kind of like that signature. So I'm going to do this. Nice. Oh, it's okay. I love it. Let's take a peek. Couldn't be nicer. I love it. So back to the drawing board with the other side. Let's put this over here to dry. And let's see what we can put on here. All will not be lost with that. This beautiful lace that I bought. Maybe I could put a piece of that and then like put something underneath it. That were like that. Still doesn't take care of that edge. Colorful. But I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, why can't I take a piece of fabric like this and not this one necessarily, and just sew it right over that? Yeah. Something like that. Be talking myself into this little unusual piece of. I mean, I am going to have green in my journal. Why can't I just print that on a piece of paper and fussy cut it? Oh, may not be long. Let me get my little angel back. Oh, where are you? That I thought I would probably never use again. I'm mad at her. Oh my gosh. I think I've banished her from my craft area. Yeah, she's flown away. She's like, I better hit the road now because I don't know if I'm welcomed here. What I do with my little girl? I found her. She was stuck to the bottom of something. All right, let's try this again. This again. Come on back. We're not mad at you. It's my own fault. Let's try this again. And I am going to just give it a roast, kind of trying some different things. Nice. I like that. I don't know if I fussy cuts. Let's try it. Let's see what we think. Okay, better. All right. I think we might have salvaged it. Wondering what's happening with that little area in her mouth, but I think that's just the way it is. It's, like I said, it's kind of folk arty. So yeah, this is kind of cute, isn't it? Does it need to go on anything? Kind of think it does need to be backed by something. Okay, I have a couple ideas. One is this. This is one of my faves. This little stripe. It's just very neutral. That's one idea. And then the other one is this gorgeousness, because I have a lot of this color in my journal. Oh, I like it. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut this about here. And then we're going to cut it about here. Love this color. Okay, that's the middle of the journal. So this is this has got to be smaller. Got to come over more. I have a book to kind of simulate this. Let's go like this. Journal cover. Be all right. I love it, even if a little bit goes over the back. I could take a tiny bit off. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, off camera, oh, I'm so happy. You know what? Sometimes accidents turn into something that's pretty cool. Like this. I would have never put fabric under there or done this fussy cut thing. I'm going to ink around the edges, glue that on there, and then we are going to sew this on to the back of the cover. And then I shall. We are making progress. I thought I wanted to put a couple pockets on here before I glue it on, and because I want to sew around them so they'll be very sturdy pockets, I thought I would do that first, and then we'll glue the whole thing together. But I am making progress. I just wanted to show you these really cool things. I don't know if you're familiar with Tim Holtz's, now I won't be able to remember the name of them, collage. They're little mini collage pieces. So this was brilliant because when you go to do a collage, you're cutting up all kinds of different papers to get a picture and put a little story together. So he did us a really nice favor and made these collage strips that are just fantastic. I mean, they're just wonderful. And they're so well put together. And then there's these little skinny ones, these little minis, which I think I said in my last video. I'm having so much fun with these. So yeah, in one little package, you get all these amazing little choices. So I've picked out a few that I want to use in my journal. And then today I'm going to border my pockets with them. So I just wanted to show you that because it's a really cool product. And throw those everywhere. They're just a lot of fun. I just wanted to show you that. So what I was going to do right now is pick out a couple. I just want to border the top of my little pocket. And I was thinking maybe this was pretty cool. I like the red. I also like that a lot. I think I might go with this one. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut this. Put those aside to use later. So I've got my little fodder buffet, as Louise Heinzel called it. I'm putting together little elements that I'm going to use in my journal and just keeping them in one place as I come across things. So it's a good way to just little elements that you're thinking of using as you go throughout and keep them in one place, and then they're all there and you just grab them. So that's that. That I thought I would put on that side. I like that hit of red. So let me just go ahead and do this. All right, we're going to put a little notch in there with my hole punch. That one might be too big. Let's see what this one, yeah, this is better. I'm going to eyeball the center and put a little notch. Again. And we're going to get these inked up. Kathy is not the most organized crafter in the world. Just saying. Once the ideas start flowing, that's when things start getting messy. Oh. I really want to push myself with this journal to do some special techniques and not just to kind of stick to my normal things that my comfort zones of what I go to. What is that saying? A one pony show or something? I really want to push myself a little bit here. So even these pockets, I'm like, okay, is that really all you can do with those pockets, Kathy? I mean, come on. You might be able to do a little something extra. I just want to give myself enough room because I'm going to sew that binding. We've got the 3-inch binding in the middle. You won't see these together, so if they're not exact, then that is not the end of the world. I do like those. And you know what? I can come back and do something different and cool with those. I'm going to just stick a little bit of glue to tack them down, but I am going to sew them because I can. And then they'll be definitely something you can put stuff in, and they are not going to go anywhere before I get that packed. So let's go ahead and just get that on there like that. Someone I saw them do this once, and it was such a great idea. They said if you put something in there while you are gluing it, then it already has a little bit of a give to it. You know what I mean? Like that. I thought that was a really good piece of advice. So let's do that. Let's get what we're going to put on the other side. This is just some scrap paper. Leftover project. I see that's coming up, but that's okay. This is just to tack it so I can get it to the sewing machine and not have to fuss with it. So this is going to be here. Yeah, just gives it a little bit of a bulge. Can you see that? So it's not completely flat. All right, so I'm going to let that just dry a little bit and bring it to the sewing machine, sew that. And in the meantime, we can actually start gluing the front cover to our journal base, which is a paper bag. Let me move this out of the way. So I wanted to show you, I'm really excited. So I ended up putting some clear embossing. See how I embossed that? Oh, I'm so happy with this. And I did sew that piece of lace on it. I'm going to do something else underneath, but I just want to get this glued down. Nothing else has to get sewn on here. So I thought this was a good time to just get this glued on and get my cover started. I'm going to use one of these. Guess I don't really need that matte. I thought that I was going to be using paint before. So I think the way to get this started, Barbara showed us once, which I thought was smart, because once I did a crooked one and it didn't make me too happy. I'm okay with that little extra right there. So let's just, I've thinned out some PVA glue. This is how she did it. I'm not really sure now. I'm second guessing myself, but anyway, this is how I'm doing it. I just wanted to get that on there straight, and then I'm going to flip it over, because that last time that went on crooked, that was just, didn't make me happy. So we know that that is correct. Yes, we do. I've already gotten glue everywhere. Okay, so now that I know that's straight, I'm going to flip it over. And peel this back. Yeah, I think that's the way she did it. And then we just do a section at a time. And these brown paper bags make a really great journal base. They're crunchy, they're sturdy, they expand, everything you want in a journal cover. Unless, of course, you're doing a hard one, and I enjoy doing those as well. This is where I hope that things don't shift, and it shouldn't. Just want a nice even layer. Okay, see how easy that was? One side is glued on. See how it looks. Great. Okay, I'm going to go run to the sewing machine, sew those two pockets on, and then I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Just get a little pair of scissors, trim those. I'm happy about that. I got new pockets. On the inside, this is looking good. Let's see. Looks good. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and hold down half at a time. Looks like that might be. That's okay. We can cut it afterwards. This looks good. Just keep your hand down there so that the other half doesn't move. It should be okay. So I actually had to dye some paper with tea dye. I didn't have any left, and I'm so happy I did. I have a whole new selection now. So I'll show you guys because I'm going to use it in my journal pages. That's off. Okay, I just want to pull that over a little bit. think that top, somehow the top got a little bit long on this. It's not an issue, except this is an issue because I don't want to lose my fringe if I don't have to. I want that to just match. Goodness sakes. And I think what happens is the fabric gets a little stretchy once you glue it. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Let's do this half. Make sure we got it back to that. Dirty dog. Okay. Okay, that looks great. Yeah, you just see a little bit of that up top. We'll go ahead and take care of that right now. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. I am excited. Got my pockets. Okay, so I am going to clean up, get reorganized, and I'll be back. So here it is. I sewed around it twice. And oh yeah, I love this. This is going to be a fun journal to work in. You know, when you do a journal, you want it to be like something that you're inspired by. And this is going to be so fun for me. Oh, by the way, I decided not to do that stamp on the back when I had that happen. I'll do something else on the spine. So I'm going to let this dry. This obviously has to be like a two-part video series, possibly even a 3. What I wanted to just show you now is I said I did a whole haul of tea staining some papers, and I thought I would just pick out some journal papers and show you what I downloaded from Louise and Barbara. So I just have a whole bunch of different types of papers that I have tea stained, and I found this really cute stack of these in a secondhand store. How cute are those, right? And some just regular writing paper and some thicker paper. So I'm going to use a few of these. As I said, there's 4 signatures in this journal, and each one has 5 pages. 3 of those are downloads, and 2 are full-size other pages. And then we're going to do some small, 2 small for each signature. That's what the lady said. So I have printed out, I went ahead and printed out the December Dephemerember pics from Barbara and Louise. I did not, however, do the fronts and backs the same as them. I started doing it, and I'm like, you know, that's a little cray-cray because, number one, it was hard to try to figure out with them turning pages, and I'm like, I'll just do it the way I want to do it. So let's go ahead and just do this part together, and then that will be it for this video. I kind of started putting these guys together. These are just so cute. And there's 3. Just trying to get, yeah, that might go in there. will check the placement of those before I sew those to keep those smaller pieces where I want them. And I can see that I'm going to just cut that right now. Other side, I think, is okay. One done. How exciting. This was something I had done some stenciling on. I think this might be cool in here. Not crazy about these two together, to be honest with you. I have this dictionary page, which I was just gonna decide. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, there's that. So I actually wanted to one more thing that this is kind of a wild and crazy bag. And I could give it a little bit of a twist. And that might be, I'm going to cut a little bit of that off because I think it's just going to be too big. And let's just go ahead and give it a little more interest on that end. I'm going to do another. See, I'm challenging myself because I normally don't like things crooked. I told you I was going to challenge myself. I am going to do it. I always want to straighten them out, but I am going to try this. Try it. Let's see how we do. This could be nice either there or here, actually. I think this might be nice here. Yeah. That'll have to get scooted up a little bit, I think. And the last one I need two pieces for. What I wanted to do is I saw Barbara do that with the fabric, and I wanted to try that. I haven't done it yet. And I am going to use some of this color in my journal, I decided. So, let's see. All right, I think what I'm going to do is, I found these cool things. But I think what I'd like to do for my last small thing is I'm going to make, I couldn't find my vintage index cards. So I have these books that I got at the secondhand store. And I was thinking I might make a couple of envelopes and just kind of put those two together. I'm just going to go through and see what might be cool. I've got this one and some botanicals. I love those owls. Those are really neat. Okay, that's one possible. Oh, here's more owls back here. Ooh. Oh my. That's amazing. Oh yeah. Okay. You're coming, little buddy. That's one. And that. Oh, I think I'm going to use both of these. Okay, that was an easy thing. All right. This is kind of fun. I mean, actually, maybe I don't need an envelope. I just need two of these. Boy, he's handsome, isn't he? Oh, he's got a mouse in his mouth. I don't think I like that. No, no, no. We don't like that. Sorry. Same. Okay, so there's my two guys. That's what I was thinking. And I wanted to try. I think we need a little strip on both sides. There. Of course, I threw my thinned out PVA glue away because I didn't know I was going to do this. One side. Okay, get them straight. That needs to go in just a little bit. Put a little bit down here. I wanted to try it. I haven't done a page like that in a journal yet. And I think that's interesting and kind of cool. So I'll let him dry. And then I said I had this envelope, which is gold, which is cool, right? Oh, I see what I was going to do. Yeah. And you could put stuff in the side. That's, yeah. I was thinking maybe, what if we do this? Okay, happy with that. So what I am going to do is give this a tiny little bead of glue. I need to ink all the edges of my journal pages. I might even sew around that envelope because that looks a little bare. Cut edge, I think that needs to get sewn. But how cute, right? I like that. I could even do a little closure on there if I wanted to. And all kinds of possibilities there. That's cute. So those will be my two small. This is still drying, so I won't put them in the signature yet. But yeah, and since maybe I'll switch them out, so I'll have the fabric ones one in two different journals instead of putting them in the same, signatures. So I like those. So around that, and we're on the move. So I think for now, I hate to end a video in such a dang mess. I might come back. We have a journal. Oh my goodness. I made a little tag. Let me show you close. Dephemerember. So that's that. And I just threw that book in there so you could see the actual, what it would look like. There's my pockets in the back. That'll be the binding. And my signatures. So yeah, I'm just very happy with how everything came out. Thank you for joining me on my little journey. I'm just looking really quick for my, oh yes, cuteness. A little envelope. And yeah, I just am really excited to get started on this. This will be the end of part 1. Next, we will sew in the signatures into the journal, do a little decorating, and just get ready to go for December. Oh, I have 31 little die cuts, so I'm going to cut these out in some fun paper, and then I'm going to put one on for each day of the month. So I thought that would be fun too, like in different places. And I'll just throw it on the page, and that's just a little something I was thinking about I want to do. So I have all kinds of fun things I'm thinking of, and I can't wait to see your projects as well. This is going to be fun. So anyway, good night, and love you guys. Bye.